Hello everybody, welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for some boys soccer as the Sterling Silver Knights welcome in the Collingswood Panthers. Glad you're with us here on a beautiful afternoon for some boys soccer. Current weather conditions 76 degrees, winds blowing southeast at 7 miles per hour, humidity at 38%. Today's forecast bright and sunny, barely a cloud in the sky this late afternoon. And we're going to let the players introduce themselves.
Rob Toomey, senior, midfield, Laurel Springs.
Brett Bellows, senior, forward, Summerdale.
Sean Kerrigan, senior, defender, Blackwood.
Anthony Garcia, senior, defender, Lindenwold.
John Goebel, senior, midfield, Glendora.
Jack Sheehan, senior, midfield, Laurel Springs.
Maynard Reyes, senior, midfielder, Stratford.
Travis Schmid, junior, goalie, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Quentin Rosano, junior, striker at Stratford.
Bright John, junior, defender, Stratford.
Dean Collins, junior, defender, Stratford.
Max Bleem, junior, defender, Laurel Springs.
Jesus Blanco, junior, midfield, Stratford, New Jersey.
Jace Camardo, junior, midfielder, Stratford, New Jersey.
Anthony Ortiz Torcia, junior, defender, Stratford.
Wesley Reich, freshman, forward, Summerdale.
Carson Wiley, freshman, center mid, Summerdale.
Ethan Weitzel, freshman, attacker, Magnolia, New Jersey. Connor Maynard, freshman, forward, Stratford.
All right, so those are some of the players for this Sterling squad. We take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Haddon Heights leading the way at 8-1, followed by West Deptford also at 8-1. Then it's Haddonfield at 4-8, Sterling at 5-4, Haddon Township 2-6, and then Collingswood at the very bottom at 2-7. We take a look at the game notes. Since 2010, Sterling has led the series 23-0-2. Sterling has won the last 14 in a row. Collingswood, their last tie against Sterling was back in 2014, almost a decade. Sterling outscoring opponents 17-12 on the year. Collingswood outscored by opponents 13-38. As we look at the stats leaders for the Knights, John Bright leads the way. 8 points, 4 goals, no assists. Then it's Rosano at 8 points, 3 goals, 2 assists. Then Robbie Toomey and Connor Maynard with 6 points each. Then Jason Camardo, Anthony Ortiz Torrecia, and Brett Bellows at the very bottom. We look at the Collingswood Panthers stats leaders. Chris Messimer leads the way with 9 points, 4 goals, 1 assist. Then Nathan Durst at 4 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. And you look at Guglietta, Anger, Salazar, Martinez, and Puerto Rico at the very bottom. But glad you're with us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McClernand, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. And guys, what are your guys' thoughts going into today's matchup?
I'm excited for Sterling. I mean, we're going to get to see some faces that we don't really see normally as we see them in the huddle right there. I mean, you can see the senior John Goebel. And, you know, I'm just excited for a good game. It's a nice sunny day. It's a great day for some soccer, and I think Sterling can have a nice game against this Collingswood squad.
Yeah, you really couldn't ask for better weather for today. It's beautiful out.
Take a look at our goalie here, Travis Schmid. Happy birthday to him. It's his birthday today, so big shout out to Travis Schmid, who's had an excellent season up to this point, Dan.
Yeah, you know, the junior keeper really making a great campaign, and he's a really multi-talented sport athlete, so it's awesome to see him make this big of an impact on the soccer field, along as so many other things.
Yeah, obviously a phenomenal basketball player as well.
So Sterling starting with possession as we are underway here this afternoon. Beautiful day, as we have said. Sterling starting with it on the near side. Kerrigan with a pass to Maynard, back to Kerrigan. Goes up the near sideline with a nice cut, cross toward the middle. Reich with some space. Sterling will now switch fields. Cross toward the middle, nice block there by the Collingswood defense, trying to clear it away. That one blocked, it will go out of bounds. It'll be a Panther throw-in. went off the foot of Ethan Weitzel. Throw in here for Collingswood. Sterling takes over possession. Crossover to midfield. Here's John Goebel with it. He's got plenty of space.
John, you're going to come across. So
Pass up the field to Reich. Kerrigan working with it against a couple Panther defenders. He's still got it, makes a nice move, tried to cross toward the middle. Kerrigan still working, finds Reich. Back to Kerrigan. And takes a bounce off his foot. Collingswood will try and clear it away. Unsuccessful so far. Now Collingswood has it. Able to keep it in bounds. Nice takeaway there by Reich. Now Collingswood looking for a chance to have some offense to start this game. Send up the field. And they'll just pass it back to Schmid, who finds Jack Sheehan. Sheehan was looking for Maynard Reyes on that. Sterling working toward the far side.
Yeah, Sheehan, another one of those very talented multi-sport athletes. Obviously a phenomenal golfer, too. So.
Goebel with a pass to Kerrigan, back to Goebel. Ortiz. Almost 3 minutes into this game. Sterling just trying to establish possession here. Sent up the far side. Here's Reich with it. Sterling switching fields. Pass fake that goes to Maynard. Goes back to Ortiz. Ortiz boots it up the field. Looking for Bellows. Bellows looking for some space. He's got Reich to the side of him. Bellows kicks it out to Weitzel. Weitzel crosses it toward the middle. He's got a night there. Finds Kerrigan on the outside. Kerrigan trying to make a move. Working against a Collingswood defender. And it goes out of play. It'll be a Sterling throw-in.
I really like the route that Sterling's taken here, kind of playing the long ball kind of game, trying to wear out their opponent here, and I think that's the strategy that they need to come into this game with. You know, if you play the long ball, you're going to win, and you can wear out your opponent a little quicker.
Cross toward the middle, goes off the head of a Panther defender with a shot just off the mark.
Yeah, I like what Sterling's been doing so far. They're very patient in their attack, and they're not really forcing anything. They've been very patient, and they're waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
Speaking of strike, I mean, that was a really good strike on the ball from Connor Maynard. I think that was Carson Wiley. Just didn't get, you know, the right angle on it, but a very nice attempt. One of the first, or the first shot of the game for Sterling.
Reyes gets it to Maynard. Nice job by Maynard to stay with it. Cross toward the middle. Finds Reich, gets through. And cleared away by Collingswood momentarily. Good setup, just got through the feet of Wesley Reich. On the race is Guglietta. Cross toward the middle. Nice job by Ortiz to take it away. Sends it upfield for Ethan Weitzel. Weitzel with space. Sends it up the field. Cut off by the line for Collingswood. Now bounced up in the air. Collingswood with possession, working down the far side. Cross toward the middle. No one there for Collingswood. Blocked by Ortiz. Ortiz sends it upfield for a wide open Wesley Reich. Reich with a nice move. Reich up the far side, goes out of play.
John, jump in, mate. Chris, let's go.
Yeah, and this is one of those, sorry, Brian. This is one of those Colonial Conference matchups. Obviously, these are always high-intensity games, so don't let the records fool you. These are all, we saw with the girls' team on Monday. Took until the second half for Sterling to gain the lead.
Goebel finds Reyes at the middle of the field. Reyes working with a couple defenders, finds Maynard. Maynard up the sideline, looking for Kerrigan. Nice pass.
Push that out one.
Bellows finds Maynard. Maynard trying to make a move. Nice job by this Panthers defense to contain him. Tried to box in Maynard right there. Now here's Kerrigan. Finds Reich.
John, you can win that.
Reyes. Finds Whitesell on the outside.
Yeah, Juan Flores Sanchez did a really good job of containing Kerrigan on the outside there. That was a great defensive play.
Terrific move by Whitesell, but Collingswood will take it away. So far, Sterling with just one shot on net to this point, but dominating time of possession. Almost 7 minutes into this first half, still scoreless. Collingswood trying to get something going. Nice pass to Sanchez. Sent up the field for Zuzga. Maynard off to the races. Maynard gets tripped up. Nothing called there. He's off the foot of Jack Sheehan. Collingswood trying to establish something. Here's a shot. Misses to the right. First shot on goal for the Panthers today.
Yeah, the Panthers definitely starting to get some offensive pressure. A really good thing to see. You know, they've been kind of stuck in the midfield defensive zone this entire game, but, you know, starting to get some shots on Travis Schmidt is really what you need to do. You know, as you continue to get shots on him, you know, you never know what can happen. A mistake could be made, and they can get the lead.
Booted away by Ortiz. All right, so Sterling working with it toward midfield. They'll find Kerrigan on the right sideline. Sends it up for Reich, a nice pass. Reich looking to cross it. Makes a move, gets the cross off. Here's the shot, and not able to really set his feet is Whitesell, goes out of play.
Definitely good communication from Wesley Reich. He, you know, kind of pointed Sean Kerrigan into the direction where he wanted to pass, and I think that was a really good job of, you know, just sending him in the right direction.
All right, so a throw in here for Kerrigan. Finds Maynard, juggles it in the air. Bounces around, finds the foot of Reich, and goes out of play. It'll be a Sterling throw-in.
Just stay.
Sterling with possession here. Maynard with a cross toward the middle. Looking for Reyes. Reyes maybe got a shot off, but a nice save by the keeper, Vindic.
You know, Vindic hasn't had a very busy time so far. There hasn't been a lot of shots on net that he's really had to worry about. But, you know, that was a really good collection from him, you know, just keeping his cool and keeping it calm.
Cross toward the middle for Lara. Sent upfield, cut off by Sheehan. About 9.5 minutes through this first half. Sent upfield. Collingswood with it on the far side. Trying to switch fields, a nice pass. On the far side with it is Zuzga. Pass back to Durst. Sent up for Sanchez. Now booted away by Kerrigan. Let out of play. Hits camera one. Hopefully camera one's over there. Is okay over there.
And that was a really good passing display from Collingswood. You know, they're starting to get a lot of offensive pressure on the Sterling defense, and they're doing quite a good job at it. There were some really nice passes there from their offense.
Sent back to Maynard. Skied up in the air. Takes a weird bounce. Bounce in favor of Collingswood. And that shot will find the arms of Travis Schmidt.
Freshly 17, Travis Schmidt.
think he took his driver's test today.
That's a Go Knights.
Go Knights.
That is a Go Knights.
Everyone gets so stressed for that test. It's really easy. Mr. K took it 10 times.
Here's Reich using that blazing speed. He is zooming. Crosser is blocked. A nice job by Collingswood to get there. That was the block by Nate Durst. And we take a look at it.
And, you know, it was just great defense from Nate Durst there. I mean, just making sure nothing got crossing in the middle. I mean, that was a dangerous play, but now even more dangerous, Sterling with their set pieces. We talk about this a lot when we, you know, broadcast this team, but they really have a lot of emphasis on these set pieces. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, what they can do here, especially only having like 1 or 2 shots on goal. Excuse me.
Hats on this, boys.
Corner kick here for the Knights. They're first. Maynard with it. Ortiz gets ahead on it, but goes out of play.
It was a really powerful corner from Maynard, and honestly really well placed. Found the head of Anthony Ortiz. He couldn't just get any, he didn't get enough of it and just batted it to the left of the keeper.
So Sterling cuts off that Collingswood possession. They now have it with space. Weitzel working with it, sends it upfield for Bellows. Nice clear by the Panthers. Out to midfield for Goebel. Goebel settles it and finds Kerrigan. Kerrigan can't get with it for much longer as that one's booted out of play. Quick throw in for Kerrigan, finds Reich. Back to Kerrigan. Now Collingswood takes over. Just misses the head of Maynard. Kerrigan gets it back to Goebel. Wiley gets it to Maynard. Maynard passes it up right to a Panther defender. Sanchez with a pass back. Booted upfield out to midfield. Finding Messimer. Ortiz with a nice find to Maynard. Back to Ortiz. Sent upfield. One-on-one here with Sheehan. Eventually cleared out of play.
You know, Collingswood defense doing a really good job, you know, containing Sterling. And I mean, as the three of us know, we've broadcast a lot of, you know, Sterling soccer this season, but they're a hard team to contain. Their passing's really good. Their chemistry's really good. So I think Collingswood's doing a phenomenal job at doing that so far.
Yeah, and I think the best part about this Sterling team is their speed, and I think Collingswood's done a good job of keeping up with them so far.
Collingswood coming into this game 2-7 with wins over Pemberton, which was their first game of the year, and they also defeated Audubon as well. They beat Pemberton by a final score of 7-1. That was their first game of the year. Then most recently beat Audubon on September 26th by a score of 2-0. That was in Audubon. However, Sterling right now coming off of back-to-back losses, so trying to get back into that win column.
They were tough losses, though. I think Sterling played great during both of them. And especially that Lindenwall game, I mean, we watched it, we broadcasted it, and they had a really good game. You know, they stayed on it. They didn't lose. Like, I remember they were down, I think, 3-2 coming towards the end of that game, but they didn't lose. Like, they didn't lose confidence. You know, they kept playing, and I think Quentin Rosano put one in the back of the net to tie it all up. But, you know, this Sterling team doesn't lose fight, and I think that's going to take them pretty far as they want to go this season.
That's John Lara on your screen for Collingswood. Had the shot for the Panthers. Sterling was coming off of a 3-game winning streak. They got wins against Haddonfield, West Deptford, and Absegami. Absegami was their senior night game they played on the turf. But right now, coming off of back-to-back losses against Lindenwald and Haddon Heights. So again, looking to get back into that win column with a hopeful win over Collingswood.
And you know, those 3 games, the Haddonfield, West Deptford, and Absegami games, were really statement games for Sterling. I mean, Absegami and West Deptford were going into Sterling, you know, undefeated. And Sterling, you know, took care of business. And I think if that's what they can keep doing throughout the rest of this season and, you know, coming into playoffs, if they make it, they'll be pretty good.
Yeah, and I think that'll be especially important come playoff times if they're able to take care of business against the bigger teams, get some momentum going into the next playoff games.
Platoon substitution setting in for the Knights.
No kidding, platoon substitution. I think every player except for maybe a few is getting substituted off.
7 players for the Knights are coming in.
Some familiar names. Now you're going to see Dean Collins come into the game. Max Bleem, who was out the last home game against Lindenwald. You're going to see Quentin Rosano, the main striker for the team. Jason Camardo, great midfielder. Robbie Toomey coming into this game too, the senior captain. And Jesus Blanco coming into this game as well. I think I may have missed 1 or 2, but
you got most of them.
7 people is a lot of people, man.
Yeah. So Sterling pretty much with a whole new team out there, trying to break this scoreless tie.
Gives a new definition to fresh legs.
Here's Bellows with it. Cross toward the middle, blocked. He was looking for Rosano. Cleared away by Collingswood. Pass to John. Finds Blanco. Blanco working with it. Pass back to Sheehan. Now here's Bright John working against a Panther defender. Finds Rosano. Back to Camardo. Toomey with it. Toomey trying to set his feet. Toomey with a nice move. And a nice clear by Collingswood.
Yeah, and I think a big part of slowing down Sterling's offense is containing Rob Toomey. He's such a dangerous player on that offensive side of the ball. If they're able to contain him, then that takes away a big part of their offense.
And I think another name you got to try and contain, someone I forgot to announce, but Bright John. He's very quick on that side, and if you lose track of him, he's going to make you pay very quickly.
And a whistle that looks to be on Dean Collins. That'll give Collingswood favorable field position here with this kick.
As we're going to look at the replay, I think he did just get a little bit too much of the foot. Dean Collins, the junior defender, is very, very smart. Doesn't make that kind of play very often. Just missed the ball there, but I'm sure he'll be kicking himself about that one later.
Yeah, that Collingswood player was Tonio Guglietta. Big chance here for Collingswood. Probably their best opportunity of this game. Here's the shot. And a nice jumping save by Travis Schmid.
It was a great save by Travis Schmid. I mean, that was a really powerful shot. As we're going to take a look at the replay here. A really good shot. But Travis Schmid, I mean, his hands are like glue sometimes. And he doesn't really miss much.
Yeah, great save by Schmid, but an even better shot. Just, he got it around the wall. Got a good, powerful shot on the net, but good job by Schmid to get to that one.
Zinni Zuzga, the shooter of that one. A great shot, very powerful.
That one booted away. Goes off the head of Collins. Sent upfield for Camardo. Camardo boots it up for Rosano. Rosano trying to use his speed, trying to corral the ball. Rosano working against the defender, gets by him for a moment. And that shot scooped up by the keeper, Vindic. Throws it downfield for Lara. Bright John with a nice takeaway. Collingwood able to get it right back, however. Approaching the halfway point, unofficially, of course, into this first half. Still scoreless. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Lincoln and Connor Strauss. Here's Rosano. Out to midfield, finds Blanco. Blanco switching fields out to the far side, sending it up for John. Both players fall. John can't corral it. And sent away by Carrillo. Here's Toomey. Toomey with it. Has some space, makes a nice move, finds Rosano. Out to Bleem. was trying to find Rosano, but could not. So now a chance here for Collingswood. Guglietta sends it up, cut off by Sheehan. And a sliding play there by Lara. Lara with a nice move. Sends it up for Collingswood. Cross toward the middle. Just gets by. And Toomey is able to clear it for now. That shot scooped up by Schmidt.
And I think Collingswood's done an incredible job by, applying the pressure to Sterling, especially on the defensive side of the ball in order to set up this offensive push. They've done good against a really challenging Sterling team in the box. And I think, playing in the box and limiting the fouls is something that is going to win you a game. And I think Collingswood's done a phenomenal job of doing that and making sure that Sterling doesn't get anyone too close to their goalie, giving him a pretty easy job to make the saves he needs to.
So we get a whistle. Bellows was offsides. As Collingswood makes a pair of substitutions. Number 24, Puerto Rico, and number 16, Matt Day, check in for Collingswood.
Kick here for Anger. Collingswood working with it around midfield. About 22.5 minutes into this first half, unofficially, of course. Right, John with it on the far side. Finds Sheehan. I can hear the drone buzzing above me.
Yeah, I can too.
You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. Find out whenever we go live, all of our updates, and much, much more. Again, you can find all that when you follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19.
It's actually X.
Yeah.
That's for yesterday, Brian.
Yeah.
I didn't forget.
And you want backstory on that? I was at Dan's house watching the Phillies game.
Go Phils.
And he mentioned Twitter at some point. I forget in what context, but I corrected him saying X. So that was what that was about. Speaking of Phillies, though, they play Game 2 of the Wild Card Series against the Marlins tonight at 8:08.
Go Phils. You guys coming over for that?
I will not, unfortunately.
Win that. Hey, that's good stuff, boys.
Phillies having a great game one. Zach Wheeler pitching an absolute gem.
Yeah, he pitched 6 2/3, allowing 5 hits, 8 strikeouts.
His sinker was working very well last night.
He was wheeling and dealing.
Indeed. Nola gets the bump tonight?
Nola bump night.
Nola's on the bump. The lineup, I have the lineup here if you want to read it off.
Brian, just a quick question before, I think that's Robbie Toomey throws his ball in. If we go to a Game 3, who's pitching? Is it Suarez or is
My guess would be that shot just misses wide to the right. But my guess would be Ranger.
Ranger Danger?
Yeah, that would be my
That's who I would have the most confidence in going into a Game 3. Obviously, you don't want a Game 3. You want to win it tonight, but
Sterling here with a shot. Bounced around and goes out of play.
Again, as I mentioned before, getting off of baseball a little bit here, but Collingswood has done an extremely good job in the box, limiting these set pieces and limiting Sterling's damage, and making Vindic's day a little easier.
Out.
Collingswood trying to clear it away. Toomey with it. Toomey moving outside the box. Working with a few defenders, makes a nice cut. Cross toward the middle. Here's a chance for the Knights. Bounced around and cleared away by the Panthers. Crosser toward the middle. Bounced around. Here's the shot. Goes off the feet of the keeper, Vindic, and he's able to dive on it and scoop it up.
That was really good, a really good coordination from Vindic. I mean, that's a really nice save. That's not an easy thing to do. And Robbie Toomey is all that net open to make a decision on where he's going to go. And I think that was a really, really nice save from Vindic.
Yeah, and a great shot by Toomey there. That's a very tough ball to get a foot on, but he was able to do it with some power.
Phillies have pretty much the same exact lineup going into tonight.
Is Marshy starting?
No, he's not.
Oh my God.
Pache's back and left. That
I
shot
don't mind.
scooped up by Vindic.
Sorry, I don't mind Pache, but I'm a big fan of Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh is him.
Jules is saying that she likes Pache over here. I like him too, and I think he brings a lot of young energy to the team. I just think I'd rather have Marsh in there.
I like Marsh because of his playoff experience.
Yeah, me too. Pache's very young.
But then again, the only way to get playoff experience is playing in the playoffs. So.
I do like Marsh as a pinch hitter, though.
I do too.
All right, so you can find us on Facebook at Sterling TV 19. Find out whenever we go live, all of our updates and much more. And speaking of updates, we have live updates of all the games, especially here today. Any goals scored will be sent right to the Facebook page. So be sure to join the Facebook page and find out all of the live updates from all the sporting events.
And speaking of Jules, we'll actually be streaming tomorrow girls volleyball.
Yeah.
Indeed, that is our next TV game.
Live here.
So it'll be against Cedar Creek at 3:45, thanks to Jules.
Should be a good game. Hopefully we'll be in the news studio again for that game. That's a lot of fun.
We probably will.
That is a lot of fun, being in the news studio.
Here's Rosano. Finds Camardo. Camardo with a shot and a diving play by Vindic.
And Sterling has had opportunities this game, but they haven't really had any top. They've had a couple top quality opportunities, but they haven't had a lot of top quality opportunities. They're just putting shots on the net, hoping that it'll fall.
And I also think that's a big credit to Collingswood's box defense. I think they're playing really well in the box, containing Sterling to outside and making sure, you know, they can't get any nice passes through the middle.
Also, sorry to go back to the Phillies again, but for Miami, it's Braxton Garrett tonight.
Ooh.
He is another lefty, so that could be why Marsh isn't starting.
That makes sense. Is Sandy hurt?
Yes, he is hurt.
That's okay.
That's
that makes
why
a
he's
lot
not
more
pitching.
sense now. Okay.
So who would the Phillies play in the next round? Would they play the Braves?
We play the Braves.
I'd rather play them. Than
Braxton, what's his name?
Braxton Garrett.
How did we play against him at any time, at any point this season?
Yes, he is. According to Mr. K, he's beat us twice this season.
Huh. Interesting.
Sterling here with a chance, but an offsides called by the referee. Looks to be on Quentin Rosano.
And it looks like Sterling's lining up another platoon substitution.
So with the offside.
The offsides. Who's yeah. All right, so we have a score update for the Rangers-Rays game. The Rangers are up 5-0 on the Rays.
Wow.
What? It was like nothing before this broadcast started.
They had a 4-run fourth inning.
I'm sure the Rays 19,000 in attendance helps the Rays, you know, morale.
Yeah.
That team is poverty.
I actually went to Tampa Bay to see the Phillies play. That was when Tampa was the best team in baseball.
And didn't we sweep them?
We did. I believe so. But I got to see an Aaron Nola masterclass. He pitched like 12. He had like 12 strikeouts in that game.
Yeah, that didn't happen much after that. He was pretty bad for the rest of the season. But yeah, I think he started heating up towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope today's the same. Because if he has a bad day today, I think I won't be happy.
So guys, let's say the Phillies get knocked out of playoffs. Who are you cheering for?
Jays.
I would do the Jays and the Orioles.
Yeah,
probably.
I'd go for the Birds teams. Yeah,
I would want for the
Birds.
Orioles, dude. The Orioles going to like the World Series and winning would be awesome.
Yeah.
So Brian,
Dan and I actually went to Camden Yards last
did.
summer.
Yeah.
We did. Yes, we did.
Sadly, did not go back this year because my dad was too afraid of the rain. If you're listening, Dad, we wanted to go, and you said no. So anyway, how did the Orioles get there? Like, I thought they were like kind of middle in the road.
How did the Orioles get where?
To the 1 seed.
Well, first we take a look at the guy who shot it. It was Juan Flores Sanchez, who's been all over the field for Collingswood today. He's been getting to the ball pretty well. That's how most of these Collingswood players have been. They've been pretty much ball magnets so far.
And it's looking like it's working. I mean, you know, not attacking. I mean, they attack Sterling on the outside of the box, making sure they don't get inside, and I think it's been working a lot for Collingswood.
Let's go.
Yeah, Sterling was looking for a foul there, but since it was inside the box, I don't think they're going to call that because that would have been a penalty kick. There's a lot more you can get away with in the box, but you got to be careful in the box as well because you don't want to give them a PK.
Let's go, Matt. Play.
And a little trip up there. She ain't able to get up quickly and cleared out of play. But Dan, you were asking how the Orioles got to the #1 seed?
Yeah, I like remember like looking at the standings and seeing them in the middle, and then I looked now and they're the 1 seed.
I think they went. Was it? I think they went like what 103 and 59, something like that.
Yeah, they did really well.
They were really good. I think it was because of their bullpen.
Oh,
because
yeah.
their bullpen came through. Felix Bautista was a dog for, I think, like 3/4 of the season until he got hurt.
My Diamond Dynasty legend, Felix Bautista. Love that guy.
And baseball is better when the Orioles are good.
That's so true.
That's
I love
very
when
true.
the Orioles are good. Like, it makes my heart happy.
And plus, their offense is very good. Like,
their offense is really good. Adley Rutschman is a stud.
Yeah.
All right, so still knotted up here, Sterling Collingswood. Unofficially, a little less than 8 minutes left in this first half.
You can find us on YouTube at Sterling TV 19. Follow all of our live streams, commercials, and much, much more. Again, you can find all that and plenty more when you subscribe to us on YouTube at Sterling Channel 19. There's going to be a couple new commercials coming your way very soon.
Yay.
That hopefully you all enjoy.
Strauss pointed to me, and I really thought I was about to do that promo, and I, took a big breath, and then Brian started.
Oh, I apologize, Dan.
It's
I
all
didn't
right.
see that happen.
No,
I'll
it's
let
all
you do
good.
the next promo. You can do the next promo.
Yes.
I don't like doing promos. I'm not good at promos.
Well, then why did you steal my promo that one time?
Well, that was like, that's when I realized I'm not good at promos, and
okay,
I don't think I've done one since.
See, once you start doing promos, you'll get the hang of it because we don't have any like script template to go off of when it comes to reading these promos. So I kind of just have to make it up on the spot. And there's a shot right there that is scooped up by the keeper Vindic, who has looked very strong today to this point. Went off the foot, I believe, by Maynard Reyes.
Yeah, he's had a pretty easy day. I mean, Collingswood defense, I think, has done a great job of containing Sterling outside the box. And, I mean, if they can continue to keep doing that, I think Sterling's going to have a tough time, trying to get some shots on net.
So here is Flores Sanchez with it. Sorry, Strauss.
No worries, Brian. This has been a very competitive half between both teams. I really like Collingswood's approach. I think Sterling's been getting opportunities, but they haven't been getting a lot of quality opportunities. I think it's been a very even first half so far.
Yeah, what I'm impressed by Collingswood so far, as I was saying, they're ball magnets. I mean, they're a pretty fast team, and they're anytime like you see like Kerrigan on the outside on the near side, they're boxing him in with at least 2 or 3 defenders that are right there, and they've done a great job using their speed to their advantage, making a couple nice moves. And while they haven't had too many shots on goal either, they've done a pretty good job defending what Sterling has been so strong at this season.
Yeah, and you said that about Sean Kerrigan. They did the same thing to Quentin Rosano over here. He's a very dangerous player when it comes to, you got to restrict him from his crossers because he's a facilitator. It's kind of like what we see with Jordan Baker and the girls' team. She facilitates the ball around. That's what he does for the boys' team. So you want to make sure that ball doesn't get across because he's really accurate when he does. And I think Collingswood has done a phenomenal job of doing that today.
Yeah. Couple substitutions for both teams.
Looked like Dean Collins came in for Jack Sheehan, who's played a lot of this half, and I think Jesus Blanco coming in for Ethan Whitzel.
Sorry to bring up the Phillies again. I'm looking at the they're scheduled to the World Series. If they were to make the World Series, I think the toughest team that they'd have to play would be the Dodgers. It's the only team I wouldn't feel confident that we could win a series against.
But they did let Kyle Schwarber get a triple, so I'm pretty confident that we will.
Kyle Schwarber runs a 4.240.
Just talked about that last night.
We did, yes. Known triples hitter Kyle Schwarber.
1 triple on the season.
All of 1 triple, yes.
Baseball's better when the Orioles are good. Keep saying that. Baseball's also better when the Yankees are bad.
Wiggles.
When the Dodgers and the Yankees are bad, I have a lot more fun watching baseball.
I like seeing some of the more like underground.
Yeah, smaller market
very
teams.
good.
No matter the sport, I usually tend to cheer for the smaller market teams when my favorite team's out.
Detroit Lions, when they're good, I'm happy.
As long as C.J. Gardner-Johnson is not happy. Kay is asking when the Lions were good. They're 3-1
good right now,
now.
Kay. Come on, Kay. Well, that's what I meant.
Besides now, I mean,
they had that one season in like the early 2010s.
Yeah, they didn't win a game. They didn't win a playoff game with Megatron.
Waste of his career. Absolutely.
Same thing with Barry Sanders. I mean,
I feel worse for Megatron.
He didn't do
He had the build and everything, and just went down because of a bad team.
Here's Schmid with it, with some space. Approaching the final few moments here in this first half. Still scoreless. Reyes finds Wiley. Wiley with a nice few moves, working against a couple Collingswood defenders. Blanco gets it out to Reyes. Reyes now with some space. Sends it up for Maynard. Here's Reich with it. Trying to cross it, gets cleared. Collingswood able to keep it in. And it goes out.
Don't get pulled in. You're opening the whole thing up to them.
Throw in here for the Knights.
About 2 minutes unofficially left for the Knights here. Make some magic happen.
Crosser toward the middle. Kerrigan with it. Kerrigan trying to find space. Nice find to Bellows. Reyes trying to get it toward the middle. Can't stay with it. Bounces around.
Come on.
Terrific move there. Kerrigan finding Bellows. Bellows with a spin. And here's a shot, and just gets by the hand of the keeper, Vindic, but the shot was off the mark. Good try by Blanco, but still no goal for the Knights.
Still really good defense by Collingswood. Again, I mean, that's an opportunity for Sterling, but that's really one of the first they've had in the half. Just went by the left post from Jesus Blanco there. But a really good attempt to finally get something on net for Sterling.
Yeah, and in the last minutes of this first half, you're seeing Sterling with a little bit of a boost of energy. They're getting a lot of opportunities right now. If you're Collingswood, you kind of want to bring this to half tied up. If you're Sterling, you really want to get that goal while you have the energy and the momentum.
They're going to have to do that with short time because there's less than a minute left unofficially.
Collingswood trying to clear it away. Less than a minute unofficially left. One of the few offensive chances left in the first half for Collingswood. That one crossed toward the middle. Collingswood with a chance and a shot. A nice save by Travis Schmid. That was a bullet that he was able to corral nicely.
Definitely great heads up from Travis Schmid to get this ball going because he knows that there's not much time left for the Sterling Knights.
That one gets by the keeper, and a nice job by Vindic to stay with it.
Yeah, and the reason that the keeper didn't go further out for that ball is he would have been out of the box. He wouldn't have been able to get his hands on it, so he stayed in the box. Good play by the keeper there.
And a great play by this keeper over here, Travis Schmid, making a great save off a bullet of a shot.
So great plays by both keepers to end this first half. Second half action coming up very shortly. This game tied up at 0.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
I can't believe I'm working on this homework for over an hour now. I only have to submit this last assignment and I'll finally be done. Who's messaging me? I don't know who this is, but I guess I'll just see what she wants and then I'll go to bed.
What?
It's got you all excited. I have a date with this girl I met on Instagram earlier this week. This is my first time meeting her in person, though.
You just met this girl yesterday, and you're already going on a date with her?
You're crazy, man. You gotta be careful. Whatever, man. You guys just may have a date tonight.
What is
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What?
Hit me!
Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No!
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? You never called.
Tyler.
Are you from Fight Club?
Shh. You know the first one.
I need to use the potty.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can.
I wasn't even gone for that long.
Guys, put your IDs on. Brady, headphones. Gotta come out.
Nah.
Come on, man.
Yo, Brayden, you know you're not supposed to have your jacket on, man. Come on, take it off. Put it in your locker.
Nah, I'm okay.
Stop. You have your jacket on, AirPods in, and no ID. Go to internal.
You too, huh?
Yep.
I could really use a bev right now.
Brady, times I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom, just water? Ray, how many times I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom?
Where's your ID?
Hey, oh, wait a minute. Put that hood down. You're late. Put your hood down.
Where's your ID?
And you have your backpack on.
I can't believe my computer's dead.
Yo, does anyone have a charger?
No! No!
Have a great day, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being so kind. Have a great day, guys.
He's so nice! Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. You're trash! I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands. There it is! My God! Holy moly! Magnum! It's beautiful.
Moral of the story, always be nice.
Adam, you okay?
Hey, are you guys serious? You do know there's like 52 billion pieces of trash on the earth right now. That's nearly 7,000 per mile. And 42% of that is burned up in the air, causing pollution. Imagine if Earth was a person right now. Dude, you have Google implanted in your brain? How do you know that? Don't worry about me. Worry about Earth. Oh, dude. Dude, I can't believe that. Hey! Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. A 0-0 tie as we enter the second half here at the Castle. We're going to take a look at a beautiful Travis Schmid performance here today. A nice jumping save by Travis Schmidt, as we'll take a look right here. A bullet off the foot that goes right into the arms of Schmidt, a jumping play that kept this game tied. As we're about ready to get things going here in the second half, guys, what are your main takeaways as we go into the second half today?
I just think Sterling needs to amp up the pressure a little bit. I feel like that Collingswood's defense has caught them like many times going into their zone, and I think Sterling just needs to settle down, kind of formulate a play, and just get some shots on this goalie, Vindic, because he's had a phenomenal and easy day.
Yeah, I think Sterling needs to get higher quality opportunities. I think they need to be a little bit more patient in their game. I really like what Collingswood has been doing. I think Collingswood needs to get a couple more chances on the offensive side of the ball. But overall, I think both teams play pretty well.
So Sterling separating from their huddle. So getting ready to get things underway. A beautiful afternoon here for some boys soccer.
It is really nice out. And I'm really happy that the sun isn't beaming at us. It's like from behind us, so we still get a nice view of the game while I'm not trying to squint.
Yeah, we're in the shade.
It's very nice in the shade.
It's very nice.
Let's go.
Sterling trying to move to 6-4 on the year. Again, coming off of back-to-back losses, so hopefully ready to get back in the win column. That shot way off the mark, off the foot of Ethan Weitzel.
A great shot. I think Sterling came out really high tempo to start off the half, but just a little too much on it. Shot to the right. Vindic didn't really have to do much for that one.
Sent upfield by the keeper, Vindic, who's had a good afternoon so far. Sheehan with it, nice pass. Nice footwork by Kerrigan. Reyes sends it upfield. Chance here for the Knights, cross toward the middle, goes off the foot of Bellows. Bellows keeps it in, but cleared away by Collingswood.
And the speedy freshman Wesley Reich is really good at creating chances for Sterling. I mean, without that speed and without that, you know, I'm trying to find the word for it, but he's just really, really good at what he does. He sets up opportunities, he facilitates the ball around, and I think that he's going to be a great asset for Sterling as the years go on.
Was agility the word you were looking for?
I was looking for agility. Words are not coming to me today. I don't know why.
That's fine. We all have those days.
It's all right. I can't read today.
So. Yeah, I know.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Even though it was a delayed opening this morning.
I think I get more tired on delayed openings. Like, I'm exhausted.
For anyone watching who goes to Sterling, remember Friday is a half day.
Friday is a half day. Next Monday we're off.
And then next Wednesday is a half day as well.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go.
I'm going to Chicago this weekend. I'll be in Chicago on Monday. Shout out to my dad running the full marathon, the Chicago Marathon.
And shout out to Schulz, who's running around his neighborhood.
Hey!
Yeah, you're right. He is.
Schulz is running around his neighborhood.
I remember that from last time.
But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun weekend in Chicago. I'm catching a Chicago Fire game. I'm very excited for that.
And speaking of soccer, here comes Sterling.
Try some deep dish pizza. That was a great segue, Dave.
Thank you.
Here's Bellows. Over to Weitzel. Trying to find Kerrigan there. Now Kerrigan working with it on the far side. Kerrigan. Over the middle. And a whistle.
And you can find us on Instagram at SterlingTV19, where you will see a lot of, media, see a lot of soccer, see a lot of basketball, football, whatever you want. And you can find that right on Instagram at SterlingTV19.
So a save there by Jaden Vindic.
Dan, I gotta say, I loved the enthusiasm on that promo.
I want to see some basketball,
great.
Soccer, and football on Sterling TV 19. You can also see pictures of us.
Yeah, you can.
Our smiling faces.
cleared away by Collingswood, then goes off the foot of Carson Wiley.
I think our most recent post was from our game on Monday. It was all of us sitting here.
Yeah. So cute together.
Cross over the middle, goes off the head of Brett Bellows, but then scooped up easily by Jaden Vindick. Sterling with a chance. Over the head of Wesley Wright, goes out of play. Take a look at the replay.
A great passing attack from Sterling. I mean, one thing that they definitely do not lack of is that passing ability. I think Coach Marley's definitely preaches that. I think good passes is going to win you a game. If you cause too many turnovers, you're not going to get the ball much. So I think Sterling does that really well. They limit their turnovers really well, and that's a really good part of their game.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Dan, but Sterling's team chemistry, I think, is it's phenomenal. They've always had great team chemistry. I've noticed that, especially with the boys soccer team. Obviously, their slogan is family, and they play like a family. They play for each other. They have great team chemistry.
Well,
that's one of the biggest things. You can have as many good players as you want if you don't have team chemistry. And how good really are you? Like that's one of the biggest things about any sport.
Didn't mean to cut you off there.
No worries, Dan.
But a lot of these kids came from playing Tarko with each other as, little 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and now in high school together, playing for the same team. So that chemistry's been there ever since they were young. So I think that helps them a lot nowadays. Knowing each other and knowing how each other play, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that our hockey team is lacking a lot of. Go Knights.
So here's Ortiz with it. Makes a nice move. He's got plenty of space to work with.
It's a really nice ball control play.
The ball control.
Crosser, and the shot no good off the foot of Wesley Reich. So a couple substitutions being made for both teams. Take a look at the replay.
Dean Collins coming in here for Sterling. Substituting Ethan Wetzel.
So Sterling ready for a corner kick. Connor Maynor raises the hand. Now boots it away. Off the head of Ortiz. Goes off the post and no good. Sterling unable to put it through the net.
And it's those set pieces that Sterling's so good at, where Anthony Ortiz put a great shot on net, just hit the crossbar, and then Brett Bellows coming in for the cleanup and just skied it right over the net. Really unlucky there for Sterling.
It looked like he tried to knee it in, but it kind of rolled off the top of his foot, and that's what kind of elevated it over that crossbar.
But definitely the closest that Sterling has gotten to a scoring opportunity here today. I think eventually one of these is going to have to go in because I think they're feeling a little frustrated.
Yeah, that is a frustrating way to end that Sterling possession. I mean, I'm sure someone like Schmidt or Marley's thought that was going to go in, but unfortunately that was not the case. But now the Knights getting it back quickly. Hopefully they can get a quick response, but now Collingswood takes over.
Not going to lie, from the booth here, I thought that was going in too.
Yeah, so did I. I thought that hit the top part of the net, but
I thought he was going bar down.
Bardowski.
So that goes out of play. We'll take a look at the replay. A good corner kick by Connor Maynor.
It was a really nice corner kick. It was exactly where you'd want it if you were Sterling. I mean,
and even though that did hit the crossbar, don't ignore how well placed of a shot that was from Anthony Ortiz. That was a great header.
So Dean Collins is tripped up, and a easy whistle for the referees.
Yeah, just got a little bit too much of his legs there. Didn't even get the ball. Straight legs from Dean Collins gives Sterling a set piece opportunity here.
Connor. Connor, see the ball.
So here comes the set piece from Dean Collins here. Just getting a little wait for the ref.
Blows the whistle. Collins raises the hand, boots it off his left foot. Bounced around, cleared out by Collingswood. Reich with it. Reich settles. Finds Ortiz. Ortiz's shot is blocked, skied up in the air, and out of play.
Yeah, I think Sterling's been getting a lot of great opportunities, and I think soon they are going to capitalize on one of those opportunities. But a lot of credit to Vindic from Collingswood. He's played a phenomenal game so far. Sterling's had a lot of opportunities, and it feels like he's there for every one of them. So,
and we're seeing a little bit of a similarity from the girls and the boys team here. The last time the girls played, I think it was Haddon Heights the other day, they beat them 8-0 and just got the win 3-1. And today, last time Sterling played Collingswood, it was 7-0, and tonight, right now in the second half, about 10 minutes in, 0-0, all knotted up. So it's very interesting to see how both of those teams have developed and how good of a job that they've both done, you know, developing the team and from where they started to where they are now.
yeah, huge shout out to the coaches, to Coach Andrew Crawford for Collingswood for developing this team very well. They get better as the season goes on, as it shows right now.
So a little over 10 minutes in, as you said, Dan, still scoreless here in this game. I mean, when you look at the records with these two teams here, I'm sure it's not something that most people would expect watching today.
Yeah, it's not something we expected watching either. I think Collingswood has played above expectations today. They've played a really, really good game of soccer.
But again, as we look at the history between these two teams since 2010, Sterling, in the last 25 matchups, Sterling is 23-0-2. Collingswood last tied Sterling back in 2014, so almost a decade ago. And Sterling has won the last 14 matchups against Collingswood. So trying to keep that streak going as that pass goes out of bounds, intended for Jack Sheehan. Throw in here for Sean Kerrigan. Finds right, goes back to Reyes. Booted away. Ortiz trying to clear it.
And there's an example of that, you know, foot race that Collingswood has won a lot of the times, but Anthony Ortiz gets that one. But that Collingswood offense, I think that was Chris Messimer, was really keeping up with Ortiz, the track star for Sterling. So that's a really good job by Collingswood. You know, they're a really speedy team.
Yeah, Ortiz, before he was a track star, he was a phenomenal tennis player for our program. Walked on the team, and he became one of our best players.
Now he runs hurdles and track, and he's extremely good at that too.
Yeah, he is.
Here's Collins working with it. Working against a few defenders.
Dan, I really wish you started playing tennis your freshman year. That was such a fun year to play. We were building up a great team. Obviously, things happen, but it was a fun year. Fun year for tennis.
So that one booted upfield. Offsides call on Collingswood. That's for Chris Messimer.
And as we saw on the near side, a quick little shout out to the junior defender, Dean Collins, working against two defenders there. And it's kind of difficult as we're going to take a look at the offside. But as we can see, you can see him fighting with those two defenders and pushing the ball upfield. That was a really good job by Dean Collins.
So you see right there, yep, pretty clear offsides call.
Great call by the refs there.
Referees have been pretty consistent today. Collingswood here with a chance. Goebel trying to stay with it. With some space. Cross toward the middle. Sliding on it is Schmid. And eventually gets away from Schmid and cleared away by the Knights. Nice job by that Knights defense.
The usual defender, Dean Collins, playing more of a midfield role here.
Here's Bellows. Bellows gets cut off. Booted upfield by Michael Reyes.
Yeah, and Collingswood hasn't had a lot of offensive opportunities, but they've done a phenomenal job at limiting Sterling's. So
Goebel will clear it away. Strauss, that's right to you.
No!
Aw.
One day I'm going to get one.
One day.
One day. How many times has that happened during the basketball season, Brian?
It happened a few times during volleyball season.
Yeah.
More often than not.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball season, I'm very excited for this basketball season. Obviously, a lot of new faces on the boys' team. A couple new faces on the girls' team. It'll be a fun season. Fun season to broadcast.
Indeed.
Very fun season for the girls' season, too.
Yeah.
They didn't lose many people at all, actually. I think the only one they lost was Iceana Lewis. Is that correct?
I believe so, but I'm not totally sure.
So a lot of the familiar faces coming back. It's really exciting. And Jordan Baker now playing as well.
Great pass to Wesley Wright, but he'll be called offsides.
Yeah, pretty clear offsides there. Just got right past the defender before the ball got to him. But yeah, no, now we get to see Jordan Baker, see what she does during the basketball season while she was out last year with that ACL injury.
Yeah, obviously that's going to help Sterling out a lot.
Here's Reich with it. Reich with the shot. And a terrific save by Jaden Vindick.
Keeping Collingswood in this game. Jaden Vindick has had a great game. There's an opportunity for Sterling there. You know, defense gets caught lacking a bit, but Wesley Reich with a great shot. Almost sent it right through the wickets. That was a great save by Jaden Vindick.
Yeah, if I had to give a player of the game award right now, I would easily go to Vindick. He's played phenomenal all game.
Here's Reyes. Sends it up. Easily scooped up by Vindick. Take a look at the save. Really good one by Vindick. A bullet off the foot of Reich. And while we were in replay, a tough fall by both a Knight and Panther that will set up a kick here for Collingswood. Another platoon substitution being prepared by the Knights.
Yeah, they've been standing here for a little bit now, kind of blocking our view of midfield.
Kind of had to rely on the monitor these last couple minutes. 7 subs will be coming in for Sterling. Max Bleem, Robbie Toomey, Quentin Rosano, Jesus Blanco, Jason Camardo, Bright John, and Ethan Weitzel.
And another whistle.
And a sub coming on for Collingswood as well.
Good pickup. I missed that. Let's take a look at the offsides. Pretty clear offsides there.
Brian Trejo coming in for Collingswood in a second. Not as big as a substitution, but still one to be noted. Strauss. Yeah, there's us.
There we are.
We're right up there. Right behind Coach Marley's, who's coaching this team for a while now, done a phenomenal job.
It feels like any year that Marley's is coaching, this team's competitive in every game they're in.
But glad you're with us here on Channel 19. Still a scoreless game in this second half, approaching the halfway mark. I'm Brian McLaren, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. Chance here for Collingswood to break this scoreless tie. Cleared away by the Knights.
So if this game does stay a tie after 80 minutes, there will be 2 10-minute golden goal overtime periods.
Yeah, I feel like after that Lindenwald game, it's definitely smart to mention that every time.
Yeah, I didn't even know that there was overtime in that Lindenwald game.
And here comes the platoon of Sterling players that Connor mentioned before.
Good call by Marley's, always getting fresh legs out there. That's obviously important. You can't play 80 minutes straight. I don't get how they run around for 80 minutes straight. I can't run around for 20 minutes.
We used that joke last time.
I know, but there's probably new viewers this game.
True.
Throwing here for Rob Toomey. And what we have noticed here, Sterling has made some of their platoon substitutions throughout this game. Collingswood, though, not making too many substitutions. Usually when they have done so, it's been maybe 1 or 2 guys, but for the most part, it's been most of the same players out there on the field.
Yeah, a big example of that was that 1-7, difference between Collingswood and Sterling. Strauss didn't even realize it as he was reading off the players. I mean, they haven't made much of substitutions. A lot of their players could be weak and a little tired, but Sterling's doing a great job of keeping them, wearing them out, and running around a little bit with his ball control and passing and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Dan, we've seen that in hockey too. Like when you're playing a more talented team, you want to keep your best players out there for much longer, even if it means that they're more tired. It's almost better to have them out there for most of the game, just so that there's not as many mismatches.
Throw in here for Rob Toomey. He loads up, throws it up. And a nice diving play by Jaden Vindick.
Still very solid in net, almost like a brick wall, and has let nothing by him so far.
He was looking for the head of Rosano, jumped a bit too early, and it gave the chance for Vindick to dive on top of it.
And if you're Collingswood, you're happy right now. It's a tie game, and that's really what, when you're playing a talented team like Sterling, you can't really complain in a tie game.
Here's Reich. Trying to find Max Bleem in the middle, but taken away by Collingswood. Nice job by Toomey. Chance for the Knights. Camardo takes a fall, no call. Bleem with it, he's got space. Bleem punts it out of play.
Bit too much on that one.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Could have been a field goal in football, though. I think that was a really accurate shot. Just a little too much height and a little too much power.
Yeah, got too much under the ball.
Ooh.
So Collingswood with it on the far side.
Our drone running out of battery.
So whistle called on Bright John, I believe. So chance here for the Panthers, a little over the halfway point in this second half, still tied up at 0. Short kick. There goes Weitzel. Weitzel using some speed. Weitzel with a nice move, intentional or not. That was impressive.
Yeah, and Collingswood approach to this game has been very good, and a lot of credit to Coach Andrew Crawford for the game plan for this game.
Collingswood has also done a great job of stopping Sterling as they're trying to progress along the field. As you saw there, Ethan Weitzel had to make a cutback move that kind of set off the whole momentum, switching from defense to offense. And I think Collingswood has done a great job of disrupting that switch.
And I think at this point, the way Collingswood has played, I think it's starting to frustrate the Knights here a little bit, because they know how talented of a team they are. They know that they should be up, hopefully, at least by multiple goals, but right now just not playing to probably the expectations they should be, but still rather it be tied than be down. So both teams with a chance here in the second half of this second half to break this scoreless tie.
Yeah, and I know I probably sound like a broken record. We were just talking about it on Monday, but the Channel 19 effect. Away coaches have said that their players play better under the cameras, so that can also be a factor.
Booted up field. Nice clear there by Bleem. Here's Reich using that blazing speed on the far side.
Man, he is quick.
Gets by a few Collingswood defenders. Still going. And eventually goes out of play. Couple subs coming in for both teams.
Dean Collins coming in here for Sterling, and I think that is Connor Maynard coming in for Ethan Weitzel. And I'm not sure who the second player is yet.
Looks to be Rob Toomey.
So, unofficially,
maybe not, yeah. There's only one sub that came off there.
Did they have 10 on?
Maybe.
Crosser to Blanco and a diving play by Jaden Vindick, giving no Knights a chance to get a second touch on the ball. Being juggled up in the air. Blanco corrals it. Sends it up for Collins.
The other sub was for Wesley. I think he just went around, didn't come out over here.
We're used to basketball where they have to check the scores table.
Makes that job a little easier.
Yeah. Especially for Dan, who's a PA announcer for basketball sometimes.
Definitely is difficult.
I do kind of miss PA announcing.
Blanco finds Rosano. Rosano with a crosser. He was looking for Toomey, but nice interception by Reyes. Blanco with space. Looking for an open Knight. Will just take a shot. Easily scooped up by Vindick.
Sterling having a really tough time trying to get into the box, and I think, again, I mean, I sound like a burnt record like Strauss said, but, or excuse me, a broken record, but Carson's done a really good job against a really dangerous Sterling offense.
Collingswood's kind of going to that strategy where just play defense and hope that you get a lucky bounce going your way. But obviously the pressure's on Sterling now.
Is that what that strategy is called? Play defense and hope a lucky bounce goes your way?
Thanks, Dan.
I was just asking.
That's not what it's called, but I don't think there's really a name for it. Coach Tully's gone to that once or twice. It feels like every time we play Cherokee. They kind of own us.
Back to soccer.
Back to soccer.
So here's Blanco. Sends it upfield. No Knight is there for. Closest was Connor Maynard. Eventually goes out of play to the far side.
I guess you could say there was no Knight in sight.
Hey.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
That was good. Good job, bud.
Felt good about that one.
Long throw in for Toomey. Bounced around, cleared away by Collingswood. Good pass out to Flores Sanchez. Makes a move on Bright John, but John staying with it. Sends it up, cleared away. Quick throw in there for Collingswood.
Yeah, number 30 for Collingswood, Chris Messimer, has been the lone striker above the midfield line. Sorry, for when Sterling's on offense.
Chance here for Toomey. Toomey looking for a shot, was cut off. Stays in play. Crossover Collins. The shot by Blanco, too much on it, goes over the post.
Substitution for Collingswood coming in to Matt Day, one of the captains for Collingswood.
Yeah, Collingswood's got Sterling's back up against the wall with their defense-first approach.
It seems like every time, you know, Sterling has the ball, no matter who has the ball, I mean, we saw it there with Robbie Toomey, Collingswood seems to put two on him. They're kind of going with a little bit of a double-team approach, which has been working a lot throughout this game.
Here's Blanco. Looks for Rosano. Nope, finds Collins instead. Gets by a defender. Trying to stay with it. A nice cut. Trying to find the head of Toomey. Cannot. Now skied high in the air. Takes a bounce. Goes off the head of Bleen. Sheehan finds Blanco. Blanco with a nice move. Nice pass to Rosano up the middle. Takes a fall.
Yeah, and a lot of credit to Jack Sheehan in this game. It feels like nothing has really gotten past him. He's been playing really good defense all game.
Collingswood able to keep it in play. About 28.5 minutes into the second half unofficially. Still scoreless. A crosser Didn't have too much on it, but Collins was able to get to it. Nice job by Camardo to get there. Sent up to Rosano. Rosano setting it up for Toomey. Toomey's got speed. Toomey has space. Toomey with a chance. The shot, no good. A little too much on it. He's frustrated with himself. He thought he had it.
We thought he had it too.
Yeah, that was a really good attempt from Sterling. I mean, the ball movement going up the field was really good. I mean, Quentin Rosano with a really nice cut and a really nice pass, finding Robbie Toomey going up the seam, and he just couldn't finish it off, as that was a really nice shot, just a little too over the crossbar there.
Yeah, and great pressure from 21 from Collingswood, Danny Carrillo, kind of cutting off any angle that Toomey had of going to the opposite side. So
Great sliding play that took possession away from Blanco, who had a chance with a shot there.
Yeah, another dangerous attack, a great sliding play.
We're three in the middle now.
These Collingswood Panthers very aggressive on defense. So the last time Collingswood tied Sterling was back in 2014. Sterling has won the last 14 matchups against the Panthers. Sterling, since 2010, has a 23-0-2 record against the Panthers.
obviously Sterling's always had a phenomenal soccer program. A lot of credit to Coach Marley's and all the soccer coaches of what they've built up, which is really a winning culture in the programs.
And they have I guess you could say, a great farmhouse too. They built up the JV players, they built up the freshman players to be really, really good players.
Yeah, it feels like every time that they graduate players, they just have players that come in from the JV and they do a phenomenal job of replacing those seniors.
Yeah, a lot of these kids that are on the field right now for Sterling weren't starters last year. I mean, we saw hints of Max Bleem, we saw hints of Jason Camardo, saw hints of Quentin Rosano and Team Collins, but other than that, there really wasn't many of these kids on the field right now that started, and especially Travis Schmidt. I mean, he was one of those people that, you know, was dominant of the team last year. But they've done a really good job of stepping up and replacing the holes of the people who have left.
Just almost having another breakaway there.
He just took a wild bounce off of the defender, and Robbie Toomey almost had a straight line to the goal, but just a little right to the goal.
Pass intended for Toomey. Nice cut off there by Carrillo.
If there's one thing to point out for Sterling this game, it's been their defense. It feels they've just done a phenomenal job of.
So pass intended for Toomey, a bit too strong. But Toomey stay with it. Goes out of play.
And Toomey, excuse me, every time he throws the ball, it almost feels like a corner kick. So this is another good set piece opportunity for Sterling, maybe to put one on the board here with less than 10 minutes unofficially to go.
Bounced around and cleared away.
It feels like Sterling, they had too many back on that set piece. If they just had one more striker up, I think they would have been able to get to that ball and put it in the back of the net.
And as I was talking, I mean, it was a dangerous set piece.
Collingswood's done a great job of just kind of flooding the box, not really letting Sterling get any opportunities in the box, making them shoot from outside the box if they do want to score.
Shot there by Quentin Rosano, a diving save by Vindic.
Jason Camardo almost was there. I mean, it was a shot, but it almost looked like a pass straight to him, but just a little too hard, caught right to the goalie.
Unofficially, just under 8 minutes left in the second half. Of course, if it stays tied, we will go to overtime.
Goes out of play, looking for Rosano.
Gotta beat the first man! Who's got 9? Grab somebody back close. Somebody back close, girl, back close, girl.
So corner kick here for the Knights. It's Robbie Toomey. Raises the left arm. Puts it away. A lot on it. Can't find the head of any Knight. Ortiz with it. Trying to stay with it.
Get it out!
It's so important to have a player like Robbie Toomey to do those set pieces because it feels like everyone is a scoring opportunity.
Couple substitutions here for Collingswood. Take a look back at the corner kick by Toomey.
Just a bit too powerful. One that almost finds Anthony Ortiz again. But filled the power meter a bit too much there.
So about 6 minutes unofficially in this second half. Still scoreless.
Hey, next ball! Next ball!
Sent up toward midfield. Cut off by Blanco. Blanco with a nice pass. And just gets by Maynard.
I think Connor Maynard might have been offsides there, too.
Yeah, I think he was just a little bit offside. We're going to take a look here.
He might have been on.
Yeah, I don't know. It was close.
It was close, definitely. You're looking for if he's on when the ball leaves the foot.
All right, so here's the drone replay.
Ball leaves the foot. He was on.
Yeah, I think he was on there. It was close, though. I think definitely the right move just in case he wasn't on. You don't want to risk getting offsides and that entire offensive possession goes down. But I think he might have been on.
Guglietta takes it, getting taken away by Collins. Now here's Toomey with it. Here's Camardo. Finds Toomey. Off the head of Maynard. Nice setup for Rosano, but then scooped up by Vindic instead.
And Rosano was close to having a shot there. Just barely missed it.
Skied up in the air by Vindic. Off the head of Bleen. Here's Blanco. Less than 5 minutes to go unofficially in this second half. Still a scoreless ball game. Bleen finding Collins here on the near side. We'll just send it back to Goebel.
You know, with all the offensive pressure that Sterling has no goals to show for it, but their defense hasn't had much work to do. I mean, Travis has pretty much stood in the same spot the entire second half. There's probably implants of his feet in the ground because he really has not moved much the second half for Sterling.
So, a little bit of a birthday gift to Trav from the defense.
Connor, Max, go up.
Sure, a nice birthday gift for Trav would also be a Sterling win, so hopefully they can pull that out, maybe get a goal on the board.
A few substitutions coming in for Sterling here. The freshman Wesley Reich, the senior Brett Bellows, and the freshman Connor Maynard. Or no, excuse me, Carson Wiley coming in the game.
And I think if Sterling is going to get a game-winning goal here, they're going to get it off of a set piece. Their set pieces have looked great today. I think that's where they're going to get the game-winning goal. Don't count out this Collingswood team. Just because they haven't had a lot of offense doesn't mean that they can't get a good breakaway.
So Collingswood with it on the far side. Less than 3 minutes to go unofficially. Big hit taken by Bellows, stays up on it. Able to stay with it. Pass out to John. Ortiz boots it. Gets by Bellows. Slide pass out towards Camardo.
Good effort with the slide pass there, making sure that this offensive opportunity doesn't go away.
Crosser trying to find Reich, but taken away by Vindic. What a day he's had.
Yeah, he's played great. You know, the great decision-making, when to come off his line, when to stay on his line has really helped this Collingswood team in order to keep this score knotted up at 0.
Riley was trying to set it up for Camardo, no avail. Goebel finds Reich. Reich with some space. Reich trying to use some speed. Finds Bleen. Switching fields, sending it over for Camardo. And he can't keep it in.
as we take a look here into the crosser. That's a great time to come off his line by Vindick. And Wesley Reich is really dangerous off of those one-timers, so it was a really good play, making sure he didn't get an opportunity because he's really dangerous. He's so young for this Sterling team. What a bright future that kid has.
And we've said it all season. Sterling's a very defense-oriented team, and they've really shown that today.
Sent up over the head of Goebel. Just trying to clear it toward the outside. Moves it toward the near sideline.
Keep to the outside, keep to the outside. Chris, keep to the outside.
And Goebel will just clear it away. So a throw in for Collingswood. One of the final few opportunities here in regulation. Sterling trying to clear. Pass back to Trejo. Sent up. Collins trying to do something with it. Moves toward the outside. Nice job by Collins to stay with it. Nice move.
Just something to note here, senior defender John Goebel came down a little awkwardly on his leg there. He seems to be limping a little bit.
Take a knee, ref, side. Here. Calm down.
So an injured Collingswood Panther. Oh, wait, looks to be number 9, John Lara. And that is going to conclude regulation here at the Castle. Neither of these teams could decide it, as we are going to go to overtime here at the Castle. A scoreless game. Overtime coming up next.
Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
Wait, you haven't heard the rumors about the hallway predator?
Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro. Yeah.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary. Who even is this dude?
Don't linger in the hallways.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19, and who would have thought a scoreless game entering overtime here at the Castle. Neither team could decide it in regulation, and kind of weird, we have no goals to reflect on.
Yeah, really, we don't, but one thing we can talk about is the rules of overtime. There will be 2 10-minute increments, golden goal, so whoever scores first wins. And that's pretty much all we got to tell you.
That was a perfect segue, Dan. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah. Good job, Dan.
You see our birthday boy over there, Travis Schmidt.
Turning the big 1-7, can legally drive in New Jersey now.
All right, so again, the history of this rivalry. Sterling 23-0-2 since 2010. Collingswood last tied the Knights back in 2014. Sterling has won the last 14 matchups against the Collingswood Panthers, looking to keep that streak going here at the Castle. Sterling 3-2 here at home. Collingswood 1-4 on the road.
Man, it feels like a bunch of games have either gone in overtime or almost gone in overtime these past couple games. The Lindenwold game, the Haddon Heights game was all tied up at one point going into like the second half of the second half. And now this one, a 0-0 game going into overtime.
Yeah, but you can't complain. A lot of good soccer.
A lot of good soccer. You got to love it.
You know, and a great performance both by Travis Schmidt and the keeper for Collingswood, Jaden Vindick. He has been on fire today.
They both have. I mean, Travis came up clutch in the first half with a few great saves, and Vindick has really just the entire game been an absolute weapon for this Collingswood team. Has had a phenomenal game today.
So again, 2 10-minute periods here in overtime. Golden goal, so the first goal to be scored will decide the winner of this one.
Yeah, and I think with next goal wins, you're going to start to see Sterling bring more strikers up, try and get more offense going.
Yeah, a lot of what Coach Marley's did when they needed a goal is they brought Bright John right over here next to our announcer's booth up to play midfield, and they only kept 3 defenders back. So expect to see one of these defenders to move up and play a little bit of midfield rather than stay back and play defense.
So Sterling starting with possession, booted up the field by Ortiz. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19 for some overtime action at the Castle. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss.
No.
I almost...
Corner stress.
Corner stress.
Corner stress.
And something else to talk about real quick, girls volleyball will be playing tomorrow as our next TV game against Cedar Creek at 3:45.
You know what that means, guys? We'll be back in the news studio.
Yes.
Go Knights. I love announcing from the news studio. It's so fun. Feels professional.
Jules didn't like that.
Jules does not like us broadcasting her games.
All right, so Collingswood with it at midfield. Cut off there by Sheehan.
Offsides.
Offsides on Kevin Hortarico. All right, so Camardo with it, working against a few Collingswood defenders.
If your
player is down.
If you're Collingswood, you've got to be so impressed about how you've played this game. Obviously, Sterling, one of the best teams in the Colonial Liberty, and Collingswood just played them very well.
Collingswood player down is Danny Carrillo. He's okay. He's holding that left knee from the looks of it. Clock stopping with 1:48. Seems to be able to walk off the field under his own power, so good to see here. Not needing any assistance.
Hey, is the sign up? No, I'm good. I just need a break. I got it with my knee. Okay, let's go.
So hopefully he's okay. Clock was stopped with 1:48 in this overtime period. First of two.
Unofficially, of course.
Yes, of course.
Can't ever forget.
John sends it up for Maynard. Pass to the outside for Bleem.
And Bleem taking a bit of an offensive approach here. Normally plays defensive middle, like kind of plays on the defensive part of the midfield, kind of plays right in the middle, but you can see him starting to take a few pressures towards the goalie.
I would assume so.
So possession at midfield for Ortiz. Sends it up off the foot of Toomey. Toomey gets a head on it, finds Rosano, gets by him. Cleared away by the Panthers. Goes off the foot of Ortiz, finds Collins on the far side. The nice move, finds Sheehan. Sheehan trying to switch fields. He was looking for John. Skied up the field by Zini Zuzga. And finds the hands of Travis Schmidt.
Yeah, and I mean, as busy of days he hasn't had a very busy day today. Not much offensive pressure from Collingswood, but they've been crowding the defensive pressure against Sterling. But, you know, give a bit of a birthday gift from the defense to him that he hasn't had much to do all day today.
Well, the 4-3-3, you have to be in the middle.
Sent upfield by Collins. Bounced around.
Doesn't matter, back in, back in.
Out of play, quick throw in for the Knights. Finds Rosano as he tried to play it on a bounce, gets by him. Now Collingswood has it. Never mind, Sterling has it now. Wiley trying to send it for Toomey. It's cut off. Pass back to Collins. About 4 minutes into this overtime period, unofficially. Here's Toomey. Trying to corral it. Try to get the pass off to Maynard. Could not. Now here's Toomey again. Toomey. Nice find to Bleem. Here's the shot and a diving play. And scooped up by Vindic.
Vindic again showing how good of a game he's had today. He's really played well against this very dynamic Sterling offense. Max Bleem with a great shot on net, but Vindic with a diving save, making sure he corrals that ball in. That's a great play.
So, back on the broadcast.
Welcome back, Strauss.
Thank you.
Strauss a couple times have had to assist him out there in the truck, so.
He's doing a great job.
Thank you.
Of course, buddy.
Toomey sends it up for Rosano. Rosano with a pass to Bleem. Cross toward the middle. Finds Maynard. Then to Toomey. Nice juggle. Collins trying to cross it. Goes off the head. Shot is good! Or is it?
And
it is.
Calling.
That's the end. And Quentin Rosano gets it done for the Knights. And the Knights win it 1-0.
As we see here, that was a great play by Robbie Toomey to set that up. He had a really nice juggle. And we got it right over the defender's head. Got it. Cross it over. Just a phenomenal all-around play from Sterling's offense. Finally looking a little dynamic there.
Yeah, and a great job. Oh, sorry there, Dan.
No, you're all good. Go for it.
Yeah, and a great job there by Sterling. They kept getting those opportunities all game. At one point, they were going to find the back of the net, and it happened to be in overtime. Great job by both teams, though. I think both teams played a phenomenal game.
Both teams did, but the Knights were able to come up victorious. They keep the streak against Collingswood going with a 1-0 win over the Panthers. Post-game show to follow, hosted by Dan Leakin. Coming up right after this.
Yeah, look at this door. You can't open the lock. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you.
problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dude, would you check your email?
What's email?
The thing that keeps making that sound! Now I know why you didn't join me for the Fires game! Open it now! 1,700 emails!
Maybe you should open your emails too.
You think so?
Hey man, are you okay?
No, man, this dude keeps bullying me.
Here, try this out.
What is it?
This is stop it. You can report people that bully you.
Thank you, man.
Hey, dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah man, I spent all night studying on my computer.
All right, guys, the test is in your laptop.
Alright, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer. Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry, dude.
Coach Marley's after a 1-0 win over Collingswood, the last goal scored by Quentin Rosano. Coach, how do you feel about the game?
I mean, I think my first thought is that Collingswood had a really, really gutsy and impressive effort. We played them a few weeks ago. We beat them 7-0. So a lot of credit and respect to them for coming out today and making it extremely difficult on us.
And going into overtime, obviously there was a big huddle in the middle right over there. What was said in that huddle to, get your players back into it?
I was just looking for somebody to be a spark. I felt like we have been lacking that in the final third, in the attacking third all year. We've struggled to score goals, so I was trying to challenge some players to step up. And Max Bleem was one of the guys that I moved into that space late in the game, and he had the assist there at the end, so it was good to see.
What coaching adjustments or what's something that you're going to preach at practice tomorrow, something that can be improved on for Haddon Heights?
Urgency. I need guys to play like it's their last game. And we're taking some things for granted, and at times we're up and down and a little flat. And today, that was that. And again, credit to Collingswood for making it difficult. But I need to see a little bit more out of them in terms of just a desire to go out and want to win games and sort of have a championship mentality.
You know, Haddon Heights is a great team. It's going to be a big opponent for you guys. What is the game plan going into that game?
It's Haddon Township.
Haddon Township, excuse me.
Game plan is to play our style of soccer, which we did well at times today, but we need to be better in the attacking third. So if we play our style of soccer and we're able to put it together in that attacking third, I think we can be successful. Right now, we're not getting enough shots off. We're not getting enough shots on target. And if you don't hit the target, you got no chance of scoring. So that's pretty much been our problem all year.
All right, well, thank you, Marlies. We're going to send it back to Brian.
Always, Sterling gets it done here at the Castle with a 1-0 overtime victory against the Collingswood Panthers. And that is going to do it here on Channel 19. I'm Brian McLaren. Thanks to Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss for joining me here on the broadcast. Thanks to Mr. K and our entire tech crew for helping us out here today, both in the truck and on the cameras. And that will do